Class B type of commutation. So class B already studied. So this is another method of forced commutation, class B type of commutation. This is a circuit for a class B type of commutation. As you can see, the commutating components L and C are connected in parallel with the thyristor and a load resistor where the one current, that is the load current, is flowing. Now we see the circuit operation. So we know inductor as well as the capacitor are the charging devices, that is energy storing devices. So initially when I apply the EDC, when I give the supply voltage, so at that point inductor as well as the capacitor will get charged to a value of EDC. So it will charge up to the value of EDC. You need to remember that still I have not yet applied the gate pulse. So at that time what happens? It acts like an open circuit. So current will flow in this manner. Now when we apply EDC, the capacitor as well as the inductor will get starts charging and they will charge up to a value of EDC. Now if I apply the gate pulse to the thyristor, what happens? The thyristor will start to conduct. So it will act like a closed circuit. Now you can see there are two branches. So two branches are formed by closing this one. So when the capacitor as well as the inductor are completely charged, they won't be able to charge again. So they are completely charged up to a value of EDC. So now what they will do, when the closed path is formed, at that time they will discharge. So the discharging way will be like this. It will start from C and from L and again back to a T and it will complete like this. That is a commutating current. So now two currents are flowing in the circuit. One is IC and one more is a IL. When we trigger the SCR, two currents are flowing. The load current, that is in this way, this is a load current from EDC to T, T to RL, again back to EDC. So when we trigger the SCR, capacitor will start to discharge. In the way it will discharge is positive, from positive plate to a L, again back to a T and negative plate of C. So in this way it will discharge. So when it completely discharge, what happens? The capacitor, when it is completely discharged, again it will starts to charge with the negative polarity. That is, positive plate become negative plate and negative plate become positive plate. So it will charge in negative direction. So when it charged up to a value of EDC, both inductor as well as the capacitor, when it is charged up to a value of EDC, what happens? They have to discharge. The charging as well as the discharging is a continuous process for the C and L. They only want the current as well as a path for the discharge itself. So when they are completely charged, now it's time for them to discharge. So the discharging current, now it starts from positive, that is this you have to consider. So this was the initial case. Now it will start from the positive plate of C and to a T and to a L. So in this way the path will continue. So this current is a commutating current. So this was our load current. Now you can see the direction of the load current as well as the commutating current is exactly opposite. So the commutating current, so we can say this as anode current also, because the current which is flowing in the SCR. But when this anode current is smaller than this commutating current, that is when anode current is smaller than this commutating current, what happens? SCR will turn off. So this is the method of turning off the SCR. So what we can say, when the anode current or the load current is flowing through the SCR itself. So when this load current IL, when this load current becomes lesser than this commutating current because of the charge present in the capacitor, that is in the opposite polarity, when this load current becomes lesser than the capacitor current, SCR will turn off. When the thyristor T is turned off, again the same cycle will continue. The capacitor C starts getting charged to its original polarity through L and thus the load. Thus when it is fully charged, the thyristor will be on again. So this is the process will continue again and again. I will repeat once again. When we switch on the EDC, what happens? Capacitor as well as the inductor will charge up to a value of EDC. When I give a gate trigger to the SCR, it will start to conduct. One path is formed. As inductor as well as the capacitor is fully charged now, so they will start to discharge. So the discharging path will be in this way. When they are discharged completely, after completely discharging, because of the load current, they will charge in opposite polarity. Now the charging method you can see here. The charging method of the capacitor is opposite. So when it reaches to its maximum value, that is negative, but as of EDC, it has to discharge. Now the discharging polarity starts from in this way. When this IC becomes greater than IL, SCR will turn off. So when SCR turn off, again the same current will flow through the L and C, and they will start to charge again and discharge. The same process continue. So this is about class B type of commutation. Now the waveform. So you can see from the waveform, that is when we apply the gate pulse, that is when I trigger the SCR, then SCR current will start to flow in the SCR. So the same current is shown here. So when a current is flowing through the SCR, obviously the load current is also flowing. So this is the load current. And this is the current which is flowing in the SCR. So when SCR is conducting, obviously the load current will be flowing in the circuit. So when SCR is conducting means at the same time the capacitor will be discharging as well as charging. So but in negative polarity. So at one point it will also start to discharge. So that point is over here. When it discharge in opposite polarity, so that is why we are applying the that current, that is IC current is higher than the IL current. So when that happens, what happens to the SCR? It will take a time to turn off, that is a reverse voltage will be applied across the SCR. So this reverse voltage, so this is a time, that is T1 to T3 and T3 to T4, that time is over here. So after that, once it is completely turned off, again the same voltage appear across the SCR. When SCR is in off state means obviously the voltage will be there. So the current to the SCR will be 0 and the load current is also 0. So the same thing continues until I apply the, so at this period, whatever the time period is there, at this time period, again the capacitor will start to charge. So again if I apply the gate pulse, then the same thing, if I apply the gate pulse, anode current will start to flow as well as the load current will flow. So at one point, that is if the capacitor discharge in the opposite polarity, then a negative voltage will be applied across the SCR, again it will turn off. The same thing continue again and again, charging as well as a discharging. You need to remember this is a switching operation, on and off. So this the time, why I am specifying here, after charging inductor as well as a capacitor I am giving a trigger pulse to the SCR, that is that time may vary. So it's a manufacturer design specification. As per their design, we can switch on the SCR. So based on the value of C and L as well as R selected, we need to switch on the SCR. So here in a textbook there is a derivation for a class A as well as a class B. But for your syllabus, only the circuit as well as the waveform you have to draw properly along with some theory. So the derivation part is not there for your syllabus.